I'm obviously just happy to come out with the win. Just seems like every time we play Wake Forest, it's just like this. It's a battle every time. So we've been fortunate to come out on the side of it a couple of times. So again, I thought it was a great game by both teams and just a lot of grit, and just excited and fortunate to come on the other end of it.
All right, we're going to start in the back today. Fellas.
Oh, that's uncommon.
Yeah.
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about Jakira's performance in the first half,
Mm-hmm.
and then Dominique's performance in overtime?
You know, at different times, it just seemed like everybody was stepping up. So in the first quarter, first half of the game, JB gave us a lot of scoring. And then there was a point where Lauren was giving it, and then Joss was giving it, and then Dom was giving it to us. So it just felt like we were able to go to multiple different people and call multiple different people's numbers tonight, and we got different scoring. It was good because you didn't want to keep them in a rhythm, and we wanted them to be guessing a little bit about what we were going to do. But I thought everybody stepped up, Jakira, Dom, especially down the stretch, as did Lauren and Joss at certain points. And then everybody plays their role, you know. Lisa's not going to be a scorer, but she's rebounding the ball for us. She's playing defense for us. Mo comes in and gives us great minutes. Leah. So, again, it's one of those games where you're looking and you're asking everybody to contribute, and everybody's finding their way to do it.
Now, Dominique, how big did the basket look in overtime?
I mean, it looked the same. I was just a little nervous whether or not it would go in. So it looked the same. I kind of just relied on our practices and the hours I spent in the gym.
And then, Jakira, first half performance, you hit 4 3-pointers. Nobody else even hit one in the first half. What was going on there?
I mean, my teammates found me open. I just had confidence and knocked it down. I don't know what the score was. I weren't really caring about that when I got in. I was just worried about making sure I contributed to the team and getting stops and getting back on the offensive end.
Coach, 2 big threes by Dom there in overtime. Yeah. Were those set plays to go to her, or was that just kind of a flow of the game type of thing?
Flow of the game. We were actually running something else. I think one of them was for Joss. Joss didn't have it. We just rotated around. I think people were collapsing on us, the penetration, and so we were able to find the open man, and she knocked it down, as did JB in the first half. So JB's been coming up with some big-time scoring for us when we're in some little droughts, so it's been good.
And she never hesitates to be the spark off the bench. What does it take to be that sixth person coming off the bench?
I mean, there's an element of personality that goes with it. Some people can handle it, but you always want the sixth man to be a spark. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's got to be somebody can come in and be a spark, and that could be in a lot of different ways. It could be a defensive spark, rebounding. Just so happens that JB offensively she can score the ball. So, but that's the importance of having a good sixth man, is to kind of get things going with whatever you're lacking.
And Dom, those 2 big threes, flow of the game. How do you decide to take those threes? You hadn't even attempted one the entire game until overtime.
I'm always worried about whether or not it's a good shot, and those shots I was just wide open, so I felt like I had to take it. But the second shot that I made, if you saw the video, I was running in to try to get the rebound because I didn't know if it was gonna go in or not. And when it did, I was kind of just oh, okay. I kind of just shrugged my shoulders. It was just a lucky play, I guess, because I really didn't know if it was gonna go in.
Third and fourth quarter, did you see any difference out of the Wake Forest defense? They said they kind of made some adjustments there that gave you guys some issues.
They just stepped up their defense, They put more pressure on us, and I guess we just responded in a good way. So. And
Coach, what did you see of their defense in the second half?
Yeah, they were really trying to get up in us, and that's why we were trying to run some things to get to the rim. If they're going to get all over us, we got to hopefully make them pay for it and let them put their hands on us, which I thought they did a little bit. But again, as I said, Jen's got a great team. She's a great coach. She prepares their girls well. They fight. They're in every game. And again, we were fortunate to run some good things and execute and find open people. And then on the other end, it was just being locked in defensively. I thought we had some gaps where they got back into it. Rebounding, there was a huge margin, I think, in the third quarter. But once we start locking down defensively, I felt like our offense, it was coming.
And Dom's 2 big threes with the game on the line. What does that say about the ice in her veins?
Yeah, I mean, I think for both of them, anytime you're willing to take big shots at the end of the game, both of these guys are willing to do it. I mean, I'd rather have kids that are willing to do it than kids that are not willing to do it. So, again, they're not going to make every shot, but the willingness to want to do it, It's not every person's personality is wired that way.
And Lisa, first career start. What made you comfortable making that move today?
I just felt like I wanted to match kind of their rebounding. We had to be on point with our rebounding tonight in our defense. We had to. Lisa brings a little bit more length, and she's been doing a good job keeping balls alive defensively. So just that grittiness that I felt like we just needed just another rebounder in there because Wake Forest was +5 on the board. So again, she played, Aaliyah played. I don't really care who starts, to be honest. It's always about who's finishing the game. But I thought she gave us some good minutes and was calm out there and helped us.
Several times in the second half, you have 3 freshmen on the court at the same time. What's that for you? What's that like for you as a coach? Is that kind of hectic, kind of nerve-wracking?
A lot of gray hair. I think you just gotta live. I mean, as many of the things that they're learning, and sometimes you'd be like, oh, what is she thinking? They're also giving you really good plays, and I think it's a grow. I think when you're playing as many minutes as they are as freshmen, first years, you gotta go with them with their growing pains. You can't pull them out after every mistake. You try and coach them during timeouts or dead balls or get them out when they're tired, but you gotta let them play through a little bit.
Yes, I have.
Yes, she has. She has scored before like that. Yes.
And what's it like when you have a half like that?
I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of emotion. Especially playing against like North Carolina schools. Just the intensity of the games. I don't know. I'm just in the zone. I don't know. Speechless.
These sorts of games, you guys have been in these all year. What's it like, and how much does it help that you've got experience in a close game, like game, an overtime game?
Well, we've said, there was probably, I don't know, it was probably 6 games ago when we were, in every game, we're just, you guys, these aren't, other than the Duke game, they've been really, really, really tight games. So for me, we're going to find ourselves in these games more often than not, and we just have to be prepared. And again, we're learning how to play end-of-game situations.
Coach, in overtime, whether it was the guards driving or feeding Lauren, how much of the game plan was to get it inside?
I think there was a balance. So part of it was we wanted to spread the floor and let our guards attack after running through some sets. And the other portion of that would be touches inside, whether Lauren's scoring or kicking out, reposting, giving our guards different looks. So I never want to be a team that's completely guard-oriented. I think the balance of being able, because there was a point there, a stretch where it was about 3 minutes where Lauren gave us a lot of really good points. So we have to have that balance of the inside out. We'll be such a better team when there's more balance in that respect.